Good evening, everyone. A couple people have asked about my bike and my setup, so I thought I'd go through specific parts and what I'm running and kind of why. I did this not so long ago. Not a lot has changed, but we'll go through it kind of part by part. First off, this frame I've been running, it's a Haro Master. It's the Lineage 2017 based off of the 87 model. And I've been running this for 5 years. It's been a great frame. I love it. It's got really good geometry that I'm used to. Newer aspects because it's got the newer style bottom bracket, integrated headset, and the new gusset around here. John Bolgens did an amazing job. And it is a 19-inch, where the ones in the production were 19 and a half. So this is a little bit shorter, which I do really like. The next thing I'll go through is the bars. I've been running standard bars since like 95 or something. So Rick Moliterno has sent me 2 pairs. I have one on another bike and this pair, and I really like the setup. Don't know if I'll ever change bars, but they're just perfect height as far as the crossbar, good for my handstands, and just all in all, good bar. And then the forks I'm running are 0 offset flatware. I switched to 0 offset sometime back, and it just helped a lot, like with hang fives and just overall handling of the bike. So I do recommend 0 offset. I think you'll enjoy that. I'm running the Lineage cranks. These are long. I like them long because I like to do gumbies, and you need to have a long extension so that the bike's not leaned over so much. Don't necessarily recommend it if you're not doing gumbies, and not very many people are, if any these days. Shorter crank will just give you a little more space between your crank arm and your tire. So that's why you'll see a lot of guys running much shorter cranks, like 165. The rims, so I guess the classic one that I have is I'm running a Suntour coaster brake. So I actually have a coaster on this, and there's a couple tricks I do that I use the coaster brake. That pedal spin I really like to do, where I can do it one-handed. I step on the coaster brake, backwards pedal pickers, and I'm just kind of used to coaster brake. I started running coaster when I first got on Haro in '85. They came with mags, and I switched from rims to mags at that time. I rode them for maybe about a year, and then I went back to rims, but I just kept running coaster brake. So I really like it. I do also think that for some of my tricks, I do the locking tricks with the lock lever. So I like the clear brake shoes that will really grip on the chrome rims and they won't slip as much. So I highly recommend that if you're doing those kind of tricks. The front rim, nothing really special, just another chrome rim that I run. I'm not so particular about tires. I know some people really have a certain tire that they fall in love with. I'm running pretty skinny ones. These are 175s, and these were the only ones available in the shop. And I used to run the Tioga 175s, and they're a little bit wider. And these are the Panda Racers, which it's still 175, but it's skinny. It's much skinnier, and I just kind of got used to it. So, I mean, overall, I think just kind of for me, just a good smooth tread. I'm not too particular. The stem is a Nowhere BMX, so I got that from Carl a few years back. So I just switched over just to kind of support what he's doing with Nowhere. And I always like the front, the top loader as opposed to front loaders. What else? I do run Dicomp Tech 77 with the locking levers. I never really use the front one. I guess that would be mainly for Miami hops or bar endo hop, but never really learned that trick. And then I guess the Dance of Doom, if you lock your front wheel, you can stay on the front tire. And then the back one I use a lot for stumble duck and upside down variations. What else? I really like this Primo seat, and I'm always asking people if they have them because I'm running low on them, and I go through them pretty bad because I do a lot of upside down stuff. But I like just that it's relatively long, so when I do the quick release and it's up, then it's going to hit the seat easily. That's kind of my main thing. And then I do like kind of a padded seat with the plastic so that it's gonna grind. If I just ran a padded seat, it's not as it doesn't work as well for some of the upside down tricks. I'm currently running, pedals will change, so you might notice that I change my pedals almost every day. And these are the S&M pedals that I'm running right now. What else? I have a Lineage sprocket. I don't even know what gearing I'm running off the top of my head. It's like 30, 16 or something like that. What else? Dicomp. Brakes, I do like the 990s. I was sold on that years ago and I've really never switched. So for the most part, I've always run Dicomp 990s. And pegs, I highly recommend the Iggy pegs just because they're just a good overall peg. You know, gripping on them with your hand, it feels really comfortable. And then obviously with the rounded end, both for tricks that I do a lot of. You can see this one's pretty ground down from doing all those swivels and razzmatazz. But I do recommend them just because they're really good for pivoting and just overall just a great peg. So I'm running them on the front and the back, and then I do the little modification on this one, which is a short one for Miami hoppers. So specifically when I do a Miami hopper, it's not going to be as high off the ground as opposed to if the bar's like this, it's much more of a teetering. So I cut it down, put a little screw in the bottom to kind of set the cap in place. And I'm thinking about going a little bit longer because I want to start pulling out of those Miami spins, and that might actually help. So that's pretty much it. I don't even know what kind of chain I run. Just a standard chain. I run ODI grips. And yeah, that's pretty much my bike. It's been good to me, and don't really know what else I could cover. I think that's pretty much it. All right, so I hope, oh, I forgot. I do the quick release. I think I kind of mentioned it, so I did raise it up, but I do the quick release so that I can do various different tricks with either the bars hitting or the bars not hitting. And that's just nice to be able to adjust it mid-show or mid-contest. So that's it. I hope that answers any of your questions. If you have any others, just send me a message and I'll do my best to answer it. Thanks so much.